We are the painters of our world. We are creators. We decide what goes.
Welcome back to Educate Elevate, where we break down the systems and strategies shaping our future and help you find your place in all of it. I'm Dr. Abdulmalik Bull, and today we're picking up right where we left off. In part one of this conversation, we began exploring how California's community colleges are making sure you are prepared to succeed in an AI-powered world. And we heard from some powerful voices, educators, innovators, and students who are not only embracing this moment, but leading it. Now in part two, we're going even deeper. We're talking about the real-world skills our students are building, the partnerships we're forming with industry, and how all of this connects back to one thing: equity. Because when it comes to technology, access is everything. If we want AI to be a tool for all communities, not just a privileged few, then we've got to make sure everyone has access and a chance to learn, question, and create with it. Listen, this conversation is so important. AI is not just about automation or innovation. It's about who gets to participate in the future. And if we're not intentional, AI could widen the opportunity gap even more. But California community colleges are saying, not on our watch. We're offering hands-on training in everything from data literacy and AI ethics to prompt engineering and machine learning applications. We're creating on-ramps into these careers, especially for those students who've been historically underserved. Our panel of leaders and educators is back as we continue the conversation on how AI is shaping the world around us. Building on what we discussed last time, we'll dive deeper into how AI is creating new possibilities for students, our workforce, and communities across California. First up, Don Daves-Rougeau, Senior Advisor at the California Community College's Chancellor's Office. He's driving statewide efforts to bring generative AI into classrooms and workforce training, always with equity and student success at the core. Next, Dr. Jacqueline Hester, Dean of Public Safety at San Diego Miramar College, an AI Fellow with the Chancellor's Office. She's advancing AI in teaching and workforce training to make sure underrepresented students aren't left behind, but leading the way. Our next panelist, Don L. Lane, has built his career using technology to expand opportunity. Also an AI Fellow, he sees AI as the capstone of IT, a tool to break down barriers and prepare students and educators for the future of work. Fabiola Torres is an ethnic studies professor at Glendale Community College. For over 2 decades, she's championed inclusive learning, and today she's pushing AI to deliver on its promise of accessibility and equity for all students. And finally, we're joined again by Christopher Ruiz, a Navy veteran, father of 4, and student leader at San Diego Miramar College. As a statewide student advocate, he continues to champion equity and representation, and he brings important insights into how AI can both empower students and challenge us to confront bias. Thank you all for being here.
I had one of the IT folks that I'm close to mention that people can still use maps. Open up a big old map, or you can use Google Maps, or you can use Apple Maps.
Don't date yourself now. Don't date yourself.
But it's a tool. Again, AI is a tool to enhance and make things more efficient and help you refine and reframe things. And so you see that same tool now in Uber Eats and Postmates and Waves as the app. So it's here to be utilized. And so, Don, I want to go back to you. How can we ensure that AI is used to close opportunity gaps instead of widening them?
Well, I think we're in a period now, like, do I learn how to write JavaScript? Do I learn how to write Python? Or do I just type, right? And that's what we're really at. Like, this is the moment in time where the computer talks to us and we can talk to the computer, not type, right? I can sit in my house if I do have high-speed internet in my neighborhood, or if I have a community college near me, I can go to the community college and leverage their computer labs. And what can I do in the computer lab? I can sit there and open up Google Gemini, right? I can use Gemini and an AI studio, and I can create my own app. How? By talking to it. I can have my own mentor. This is the way of the future, right? And how do you train yourself to be effective and impactful, and simply from the tools that are available today?
That's an excellent point. The wave of the future. We keep hearing this, the jobs of the future. The term opportunity was mentioned, numerous times.
If we know this is the way of the future, why not move towards it?
We want to give our learners the license to actualize their imaginations. And
One more time.
we want to give our learners the license to actualize their imaginations. The things that we all thought of as young people at Pacoima Junior High on the playground, and never thinking we could make that thing come true. We are now in an era where all those things can be actualized. I also want to add another piece to that, which is our community engagement. And so while it's important that we think about traditional students, we're also talking about adult learners. How do we engage our community organizations? How do we partner our campus libraries with our community libraries and our nonprofits, community centers, to be spaces of safe exploration in this era? And last thing I'll say to this is that as students are playing with these tools and prompting these tools, the more diverse population of users, we're training the models. Correct. So we're trying to mitigate some of that bias by training the models. And that's a risk factor because we have to identify ourselves, right, in order to do that.
All right, so Fabiola, what are some practical ways faculty and administrators, since you're in the classroom, can integrate AI into teaching and student services while overwhelming some of the already underutilized and under-resourced areas?
Yes. So it's important for faculty to start slow, to become familiar with the tools that are already there within their operating system. If they are a Microsoft user, they have Copilot to play with. If they're a Google user, they have Gemini. If they're even Apple users and they're using like Pages, they have Apple Intelligence, which comes up as writing tools. But there are already native AI platforms out there with their operating systems. And I think it's important to just play. Allow the process to just be part of your practice. I think AI actually has the capacity of augmenting our teaching brain because we have to be extremely specific on what we want it to do and how we want it to perform and what not to do. We use the word AI literacy. So it's like understanding the language. And the ultimate goal is to become AI fluent so that's the place where we're not replaceable. We're the ones building the bots.
I'm trained as a historian. So I want to get all the history faculty together and say, hey, how do we use this tool, right? If I want to go back to the kingdom of Mali and I want to study Mansa Musa, I want to put myself in that space through immersive technology, right? I want to use machine learning to be able to analyze ancient documents and learn how to do that in the classroom, right? And take that tool and then turn it into an enterprise. Right. So I think we have huge capacity to do that. And that is what will create and drive those occupations in the future. The content specialists that are going to be the ones who are creating the new jobs that we can't even imagine at this point.
Absolutely. And that this kind of augments, to your point, some of the risks that people have. So I'll go to you, Christopher. AI can be a powerful tool, but it does come with its risks. So what are some of the potential risks and biases that you see from a student's perspective?
That's a great question. Some of the biases that I see is that, unfortunately, with AI, we first, as humans, need to start with the basis. And I think with AI, we have a level of fear, and that's just all of us. We don't know what it's going to do in 5 years, what it's going to do in 10 years. We don't know what's going to happen. When it comes to biases, unfortunately, we see a lot of, paler skin constituents, being represented in different job areas and in powerful positions. And until we start encompassing all colors and all cultures, all communities within AI, I think that's when we can break that barrier of biases.
Absolutely.
But I'm happy you said that. I think to piggyback, a mentor always say, trust but verify. It's a lot of the things that we use, even when you're driving cars, and we talked about the new technology with the wave and things, you trust but verify. And I think with anything you begin to practice, how do you make AI a good thought partner? Like, how do you make this revolutionary where okay, it's here, it's not going anywhere. So how do I begin to really engage not only my students, but faculty and staff? And how do we really leverage this, right, to bring us to the next level?
And this is some of the concerns I'm hearing from the field. Like, is AI going to diminish critical thinking? You know, to your point, Fabiola, we still have to ask the right questions. We have to be more AI fluent. And so what are some thoughts and concerns around that topic of like some of the risks and fears of relying too much on AI?
I think, like you said, it's from a student perspective, we understand where the teachers are coming from. Like, hey, we want to know what you think. We don't want to know what an AI thinks or what an AI bot thinks. We want to know what you think. And so we understand from that perspective. However, I'm hoping there is a middle ground. There's a bridge where we can get professors and students on the same page and say, as Dean Hester said, no, it's not going anywhere, but let's use it to our advantage. Let's overlook that fear. Let's cover that base, and then let's move on together.
I would add, I think, we talked about AI literacy and AI fluency, and part of that is allowing students to use the AI tools that are out there, getting them to that level of fluency such that they can interrogate the tool. Mm-hmm. And as they refine their prompts, they're able to identify the errors and the bias that the tools are producing. And then by doing so, they can distill down to the types of content that is reflective and representative of their worldview, their thoughts, their goals and aspirations in terms of the content that they're trying to create. I think also that these tools are can be a democratizing force. We hold in our hands these powerful computers. And you can add an app to create content across all industry sectors. So we often think about AI around the context of computer science, data science, IT, those workforce areas. But the truth of the matter is that the kinds of skill sets that you need going forward to do prompt engineering is going to come out of the creative disciplines. It's going to come out of the writing disciplines, the philosophical disciplines, right? And the artistic disciplines. And so we're going to need those content experts across all disciplines, across all sectors to really drive the future of the economy, as well as the IT and data scientists and data engineers, right? So that's where we talk about the diversification of this new era that we're moving into.
This was such an important discussion, and I want to thank all of our panel members for being here.
But our discussion doesn't end here in the studio. Across California, educators and innovators are already putting these ideas into action. At the 2025 Future Summit, leaders from across the community college system came together to share how AI is being used responsibly and creatively to prepare students for the future. Let's take a look.
Good morning, California Community Colleges. On behalf of the California Community College Chancellor's Office, I'd like to welcome you all to what promises to be an extraordinary gathering of minds and talent and expertise representing the amazingness of our system. Every voice in this room matters. Whether you're energized by AI's transformative potential or deeply concerned about its implications. All of these viewpoints are essential to our collective work as a system. To our AI optimists, your enthusiasm and forward-thinking vision will help us explore this transformative potential of artificial intelligence in education and beyond. To those who approach these technologies with healthy skepticism, your critical perspectives ensure we move thoughtfully and responsibly into the future. California community colleges serve students from all walks of life with diverse experiences, ages, and technological backgrounds. This diversity is our strength as we navigate this AI revolution together. Today's discussions will bridge the gap between cutting-edge possibility, practical implementation, ensuring that the future we're building is inclusive, thoughtful, and serves the needs of all learners. So welcome, future shapers. Let's begin.
You're going to hear the words people a lot in my remarks. Infrastructure that makes innovation safe for our people and principles that turn values into daily decisions. It's the work of a system that refuses to have to choose between innovation and inclusion, between speed and safety, between today's needs and tomorrow's possibilities. It is always a both and proposition for the California community colleges. This is how we roll. This is California at its very best, and we are just getting started.
But let's remember, we've been here before. When Gutenberg introduced the printing press in the 15th century, it didn't just change how books were made, it democratized knowledge. For the first time, learning could spread beyond monasteries and elites into the hands of everyday people. In the same way, AI has the potential to democratize education for our time, expanding access, personalized learning, and accelerating discovery. But just like the printing press, its true power won't come from the technology alone. It will come from how we choose to use it with equity, ethics, and human purpose at the center. AI doesn't matter without the people and the infrastructure to support it. Cars needed roads, electricity needed power grids, and today, AI needs both human wisdom and institutional courage. We are the ones who will build those roads beneath the cars. We are the ones who will ensure that technology serves humanity, not the other way around. Think about what that means. Over 2 million students across 116 colleges turning to us, not just for skills, but for hope. They are the reason we exist. They are the reason we innovate. The future is not something that happens to us. The future is something we build deliberately, together, and with purpose. That's what this summit is about. It's not just anticipating what's next, but designing it. Not just watching change unfold, but leading it with courage, with imagination, and with heart.
The future is for students, and it must be built with students. In our foundation, the Student Design Lab will pressure test new technologies before they scale. Students setting the bar for usability, students setting the bar for privacy and accessibility. We will launch a Student Fellows program this year. Our students will not be spectators. They will be co-builders. We will build with them and we will publish with them. In workforce development, AI is reshaping every sector, whether it's healthcare, logistics, agriculture, energy, creative media, public services, and more, right? I mean, we're seeing it. Work is becoming human AI teaming. People using intelligent tools to solve problems faster, safer, and more creatively. Our charge as California community colleges is to stay tightly connected to workers and to stay tightly connected to industry so that our programs anticipate demand, not chase it. When it comes to economic development and workforce development, this is California's competitive edge, the 116 community colleges acting as one adaptive engine for workforce talent.
AI has sort of changed everything. This is also from the World Economic Forum. Pretty staggering numbers. They estimate that in the next 5 years, there's going to be another 92 million jobs that are displaced because of AI. Not great, but there's this other opportunity here. They also estimate that there's going to be 170 million new and emerging jobs. So how are employers navigating that shift to make sure that workers are either skilled or reskilled or upskilled for the shift? so that we actually create opportunity, not losing opportunity. 71% of leaders across these industries are now more likely to hire a less experienced candidate with AI skills than a more experienced one without them. To me, this is a very exciting and I think very new moment in history, filled with opportunity for our students. Because now they have a chance to say in an interview, you know what? I don't have 5 years of experience as a marketer. I don't have 2 years of experience as a project manager. I don't have 7 years of experience as a grant writer. But what I do have is the ability to use AI to be more efficient, more innovative, and to help your broader team learn how we can get the work done and get better results with AI. 77% of leaders say early in career talent is going to get greater responsibilities due to AI. And I say, thank goodness, because there is so much uninspiring grunt work the first few jobs or first few years on your jobs, those sort of menial or repetitive tasks that are not particularly exciting or passionate. Employers are saying, well, if you have AI, we're going to give you bigger jobs, whole projects that you can work on because you can now up-level some of your skills that are going to be needed.
AI offers unprecedented opportunities to close equity and opportunity gaps. Yet we cannot ignore its potential for devastating socioeconomic impacts on local communities, women and the families they care for, and the global South. Particularly as the race for natural resources to fuel AI infrastructure accelerates climate change and further marginalizes vulnerable populations. California's community colleges have the unique power and responsibility to tackle the state's and nation's greatest challenges. And as the nation's largest higher education system, we are positioned to drive equitable solutions precisely because of the diversity of our students and our staff, who reflect the larger global community, giving us the insights that other institutions simply cannot match.
This is the kind of student-centered design, human-centered design at scale that moves us beyond conversation into real, meaningful support. We are alert and we are steady in our values that centers the student. We are steady in our values of data security and data privacy. We are confident that we are grounded in the well-being of our students, our workers, our industries, our communities, and our planet. This is our work. It is our work to equip people with tools, but more importantly, to equip them with confidence. This is our work to ensure that AI serves people, not the other way around. Done right, I believe AI can be equity in access. Done right, I believe that AI could be equity in success. And done right, I believe AI can be equity in support. And I have full confidence that the California community colleges will do it right. And our time is now.
You know, I keep coming back to this idea that AI isn't just something happening to us, it's something that we can shape. And that's the goal, to move our students from passive consumers of technology to active creators and thoughtful leaders with bright futures. That's why this work matters. AI is here. It's real. And if we're serious about educational equity, then we've got to prepare every student not just to survive in this new world, but to thrive in it. That's why I'm so proud of the work California's community colleges are doing to lead the way, ensuring all students have the opportunity to build the futures they deserve. If you've been listening and thinking, man, this is all new to me, but I'm interested. Good, because there is a place for you in this movement. Our colleges are ready to walk this journey with you, to teach you the skills, to connect you with real opportunities, and to make sure that no matter where you're starting from, you can take your future into your own hands. Visit icangotocollege.com, click the Black and African American Student Success tab to find financial aid, academic support, on-campus communities, and much more. All there to help you build the future you deserve. That's icangotocollege.com. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep pushing, keep striving for greatness in and out of the classroom, and remember, to educate is to elevate.
We are the painters of our world. We are creators. We decide what goes.